have STAYCEE Pearl Dance Project and Soy Sos here at the Alloy Studios, April 2019, to kick off your residency week and premiere of SIM.
SIM.
Yep.
SYM, which is, remind me, the third. Is it the third project in Octavia Butler sort of inspired series?
It's the second.
It's the second one. It's the second one. So tell us a little bit about this, first of all, the inspiration of Octavia Butler, and then specifically this work. What can folks expect to see?
Sure. So first of all, we just love her work. We just love her writing, and one of the reasons why is that she takes all these different characters and creatures and mixes them with humans, but also represents like our world and our lives here, and our social, political situations, and all these different things that we go through here. We can see through her writing, and in such detail, and not just detail of what's real in the world, but also the things that she adds in about other worlds are also in such detail that they seem like they could be real. And it's just really exciting work. It's very rich, so it's easy fodder for more work.
Yeah.
So I will do this.
So in SIM, are there certain questions or ideas that you're specifically exploring with this work, and how are you doing that in terms of the dance and the
Yeah, sure. We are dealing mostly with relationships within the book, because they're the most prominent thing about the story is how these Ina, which are vampire-like creatures, they're doing all kinds of things, including like experimenting with genes, and like the main character is both African American and Ina vampire. So she has all these special things that she can do. She can walk in sunlight longer than any of them. She looks super young. I don't think that's a part of 15 years old? 50s, in her 50s. And she looks like she's 12. That's a whole other thing.
Wow.
But their relationship is that she is able to live because she feeds off the humans, and she doesn't kill them. She actually enhances who they are.
So do people, for folks who haven't read any Octavia Butler, is it your sense, I mean, you obviously love Octavia Butler, but if you haven't, how can you think about this work, or do you feel like you need to know it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
And you know, the point for this is that we're not retelling the story. We're just using it as a jumping off point to take impressions, to take samples of feelings and principles and concepts that she brings to the book. So we're not showing the story of the book. And it's actually her final book, because she died after she finished that, and it really would have probably been part of a trilogy. So the book doesn't even really fully flesh out her worlds, unfortunately.
So tell us a little bit about what was your approach to the sounds elements, and then maybe some of the other collaborators.
Yes, so sure. So some of our previous works have a very fixed sound design, either fully arranged music that is charted out bar for bar, or prepared pre-recorded sound. And I pushed for taking a different track this time. So yeah, I had to fight for this. So the concept was to actually create the choreography using, we listened to a lot of Kendrick Lamar as sort of for the feeling, for the rhythm, for the attitude of it, for the edginess of it. And the idea was to create a new sound score that is actually improvised live in the theater as the dance is done in its fully choreographed form.
Oh wow.
So we don't have a pre-prepared script. We do have markers, and we do have impressions that sort of say what the mood, what the colors are of a certain section, but then that's it. And the instrumentation is not specifically traditional. My two collaborators are Saddie Powers and Bonnie Jones. Saddie plays electric upright bass, fretless bass using guitar pedals and effects, and she's a really wonderful musician, really great technique, very thoughtful, very present. She's a joy. And then Bonnie Jones does a series of very interesting and deeply practiced electronic techniques. They're really hard to explain what she does, but she's amazing. So we're just like watching and waiting for these moments, and then we sort of shift gears. It's very soundscape. It's very trippy. It's very
Improvised live.
It's improvised live. So every show is different. The sound will be different every time, but the choreography carries on. And we're also watching for their bodies and feeling the rhythm from their bodies, and we kind of play to them.
So we're not a dance room. This is our way of reflecting our feelings about what's happening in our world, globally, socially, politically, and just in our communities. Like, tell me what's happening. And this is just our way of like doing those things. It gives, and I believe that our work will give another inroad to like dealing with relationships with our community, and maybe even how to handle and how to respond to some of the outrageous things that happen. It's art. We're just trying to like bring that energy into our world and focus more on that than some of the negativity that we don't deserve. How about that? But I think we do a pretty decent job at making people feel safe in it and to include it in our work. That's something I notice sometimes when we do talk classes.
Yeah.
Like, people will give us back what we were hoping that they would see as an open space for them. And it's like, yes. You don't have to like assume that they are gonna, you know what I mean? Like, they don't have to feel any kind of way other than included.
Yeah.
And safe. Barbara Weissberger. Amazing. She has just a really interesting and abstract take on, her perspective on the book, on life, on this work in particular. And she's been so like, I don't know, just like being able to bounce ideas off of her and talk about the work and talk about the book.
She's kind of a spirit guy.
She's kind of a spirit guy. And she's always very encouraging and positive. So that's
Calm.
and calm. She's very calm. But her work is also brilliant. And it's just like when you look at this movie, I see how she got to that. Like it's
That's nice. Yeah.
And I think by combining, I mean, obviously we're combining dance, sound, costuming, set design, lighting. By having a visual artist as part of our core team, it just brings its whole other thing. I mean, it's almost like having a what's the word called? What the deal is in there?
Dramaturg.
Dramaturg.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like she's not like a dramaturg, but she's just another set of eyes and ears, and she just has really wonderful insights.
I think that's great. I mean, I think definitely when you have someone playing that role, especially when you're really invested in the work, and have someone else playing that role, it's helpful to, it only enhances the process and the experience.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I was going to say, I just think these cross-discipline sort of works, I mean, they give you so much more because, you've got musicians that just kind of stay in their bag.
Yeah.
And they just work with bands that are in their genre, and that's not really very much.
Well, I mean, that's definitely one of the things I was thinking as you guys were both talking, that I find really impressive and important about your work is that, you're both establishing your careers as a choreographer, a sound artist, maker. You could easily kind of pick a lane and kind of stay in it. And here you are, making new work, finding a new collaborator, finding new ways to expand your practice as a mid-career artist in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which, for those of you watching, that might be an inside joke for like what they're talking about, but, there was a real challenge, I think, for people, probably in every city, when you reach a certain point, people think they know where your work is, they expect to see a certain same kind of thing, but then if you do too much of it, they're like, I've seen that before. Yeah. So it's a tough scene.
This piece is different. It's very different than what we just did.
No, exactly. And I think that's exciting. I think it's important for us, Kelly Strayhorn, to continue to support artists who are putting something new, putting something forward.
And thank you, by the way. Thank you for always supporting all the things, no matter what they look like. This is where we get all of our support, right here. So
that's
really
my job. Thank you. That's what we're here
all
to
these
do.
years.
Thank you. Well, we're excited. So, thank you guys for being here, kicking off the week. Rehearsals are happening downstairs in the Louis in the theater, and we have shows Friday and Saturday night. Play what makes you happy, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone there.